fuck off.
I told you I'd get you on it.
Don't even start.
Oh, morning. It's a cold one today. We'll take a new siphon.
Leak, and you can see they've sliced through it like a bit of cheese.
Morning. It's a cold one today. Even colder, -3 I think it was. It's mornings like this when you usually expect the phone to ring at like 6:30, 7:15 in the morning with people with burst pipes. Luckily, touch wood, we haven't had anything yet, because it just knocks your whole day out. If not that it's a bad thing, you know, it's not people's faults, but it knocks your whole day out if you get an emergency first thing. Luckily, I say we haven't had anything at the minute, which is good. But yeah, off today to Daventry, out Daventry way, for a mate of mine who, lucky for him, lives over in Spain. He must have some property there. He's got a leak on it. It's shut down at the minute because it's a place of work, so there's no one in there at the minute. But he rung me and said that there was a leak coming through the ceiling at the property below. So he wants me to go there, have a look, check it out, and see what's what. So once the van's all defrosted, we'll head over. I thought I'd give you a bit of an insight into why I'm doing this whole YouTube channel vlog thing. I'm quite a keen cyclist, apparently, and I'm quite into my cars. So over the last few years I've been watching cycling YouTube channels and car YouTube channels, really enjoying them, and now and again I'd pop on, I just put plumber or plumbing into YouTube to see, you know, what was about. There's a few channels, you know, a few really good ones, a few with just like some guy randomly fixing his tap washer on his bath with just a little inside, you know, a camera just perched on the side of his bath, leant up against his cup of tea, filming it with the typical, I just bought this washer from the hardware shop and I'm going to do this and this and this, and it really quite a raw video, but that's still got thousands and thousands of views. The sort of polished ones, your PB plumber and your plumbing parts YouTube channels, which are great, they've got a really good subscribe base. Plenty of people subscribe to it. So I just thought I'd do it every day. I come out to work every day. I quite enjoy the whole media thing. A friend of mine runs a media company. He's given me a few pointers, and I just thought I'd give it a go. I don't mind talking to the camera. I don't mind. I quite enjoy the editing side of it, and I like to show off what work I've done. You know, I'm proud of what I do. There's no harm in that. I've got a good Instagram page. I've got you know, plenty of followers on there that like my stuff, and that started out through my own private page. And I said to people, you know, should I have my own Instagram page, or do you like the fact that it's tagged onto my personal page? So that sort of worked. So I thought, right, I'll have my own Instagram page. Done that, YouTube channel, and it seems to be going well. The positive, you know, a couple of videos in, the positive is I've had that many messages from people saying, you're doing really well, really like it, really engaging. We want to see more, you know, content of the lads in Plum Base, or, you know, going to the jobs. It's sort of, for me at the minute, it's sort of getting the camera set up and talking to the camera while you're in someone's house, with them sort of going, oh, what's going on there, sort of thing. But that'll come with time. And the positive feedback. I've had various messages from people saying, you're doing really well, what you're doing is perfect. So, you know, I'll sort of run with it. I'll see how it goes. I enjoy doing it. It's just something a little bit different. So I hope you like it. And I just thought I'd fill the time on the way to this job with just giving you a bit of an insight. So yeah, that's about it really. Right, just on my way over to this job in in Daventry for a mate of mine, and coming down some country lanes, absolutely stunning. And I thought, I'm going to pull over because look at that. How cool is that? That's the thing about being a self-employed plumber, here, there and everywhere. You don't get these views in an office. Right, so we've got what looks like staining on the ceiling here, staining on the ceiling there, and over in this corner where the salts, where the leaks come through. So what we'll do is go above and see what we can find.
That mark there was from a previous leak, but we think that was a different source.
Right, okay. Okay, no problem. So this is upstairs. This area here is above where the leak is below. So we're going to try and expose here, expose along here. Try and keep it to a minimum because we don't want to start ripping this floor up if we don't have to. So we've got this line up here, and it looks to be that sort of measures up with where the leak is downstairs. So what we'll do, we'll get this lino pulled back, trim these, trim the floor out, and see what's underneath. So we just exposed the floor, and we've got plastic into copper. But what it looks like is here is certainly all damp, so... hang on a minute, John, let me move some bits out of the way. Go on then, mate, if you can squeeze in. So what we've got, mate, I think is, this is all sodden round here, so I'm expecting it to be here. There's no nails in it, but it's definitely wet. Hang on, let's just turn this round. The water's off, so... It's off, yeah. Yeah, so we're okay.
Drop a bit of copper in the middle, right?
Oh, there we go. So...
my glasses through there.
Wow. It looks like, at some point, wherever this joist has been cut out, they've literally just cut through the fitting. So it's probably been leaking since this was put down, which tallies up, John, with what you said.
For the salt.
Yeah. So what we'll do is cut it out, replace it, and go from there. But that is...
Get it replaced, and then we'll turn it on and see.
Yeah.
We'll have to risk it and see if
wow.
That's it.
Yeah, all done. Happy customer. Just pleased we didn't have to rip up too much of his floor to get it done. So, yeah, he's all happy. And he's no longer got water coming through the ceiling, which is good. So tomorrow I've got a job, got a siphon that's not flushing. So I've been out to the job prior, and I told the guy the bolts on top of the toilet were seized shut. So I told him to spray it with a bit of WD-40 over Christmas, and I'll go back now in the new year and see if we can change it. So I'm going to take with me a donut kit, and I'll also take a new siphon, because we don't know if we're going to be able to get it off. I'll also take a new toilet and pan with me, because if we try and cut the bolts off, it'll chances are crack the pan, crack the cistern. So I'll take a new toilet with me just in case. If not, I can bring it back and just pay for what I've used. So I've got a bit of a different setting today, this morning. I've just got to take the car up to Vauxhall to have something done to it. So I've got to drop the car up to there, pick a courtesy car up, come back, get in the van, and then go out and get what I need to do today done. I've got to go to Miles of Tiles tile shop to get some samples of tiles for clients. It's always hard trying to find. You give the client an idea, right? What do you want? You know, we're redoing the shower cubicle. What sort of tile do you want? Well, what do you think? Oh, what I have in my house is different to what you'll have in your house, so it's always a, you know, it's always try and get a tile that you think that they're going to like, that's going to work with their bathroom. So I've got to go and pick a couple of samples up, drop them round, or at least send some pictures over to the client so they can see exactly what I'm thinking of going for those. Just picked up the courtesy car, bagged myself that little gem, little Corsa. So just heading over to a customer's house who's got a problem with their toilet not flushing, so the siphon needs replacing inside. I've been over prior and had a look at it. The siphon needs replacing inside, the siphon, the diaphragm split. The issue with this job is the bolts holding the cistern on is seized on. You can't get them off. I tried quickly before when I went over, so what I'm gonna have to do is cut the bolts off to get the cistern off. So what is in essence a straightforward siphon change on a toilet makes it a little bit harder, because we've got to spend a while cutting the bolts off. Hopefully it doesn't crack the cistern or crack the pan itself. I will take another toilet with me just in case, but hopefully we can do it without any issues. So just heading over there now, and we'll get that done and dusted. Hopefully it's straightforward enough. So what we've got here is a toilet that doesn't want to flush. So what it is siphon. Inside the siphon there's a diaphragm that'll be split. So we've got to change this. However, I've previously been out to this toilet and I don't know if you can see, these bolts are corroded solid. So what we're going to have to do is see if we can cut them off. Cut them off and see if the cistern top will come off. Right, that's one off. So managed to get the cistern off. As you can see, the plate below and the bolts just literally just corroded to bits. This bolt here is still fixed underneath because we slid the cistern off to the right. So now I've got to try and cut that bolt off. There we go, bolt head cut off. So with the cistern now off, we've got to get this off. This old rotten rubber, it's just completely corroded all in, hence why it's a bit of a pain to get off, but it's off. Finally, after all of that, this is the culprit. Inside here is a diaphragm. And as you can see, this one's just completely split. So you can replace just that diaphragm, but for the sake of it, I just replaced the whole siphon. So I just replaced this siphon with the one I picked up yesterday, Dudley Turbo 88 adjustable. Pop that in there with a new donut, new bracket. There we go, new Dudley siphon fitted in there, just to reconnect it back onto the toilet. So that job's all done. Wasn't too bad in the end. Had to cut the bolts off, as you've probably seen in the video, but it wasn't as bad as what I thought it was going to be. Luckily they came off fairly straightforward. Got the multi-tool on it, cut them off without damaging the pan. So the client's happy, because if we had to put the other toilet in, because it's tiled around the bottom of the toilet, would have been a gap, and they didn't want that. So we've done that one, got that one off, replaced the siphon in it with a Dudley Turbo 88. All good, client's happy. So last job on a Friday is for a friend of mine. He rung me just before Christmas that he had a slight weep on one of the toilets in his house, coming from the pan connector on the back. So I'm going to go over there now. I've just rung him, so he's going to meet me there, go and have a look. I think it's just going to be a case of replacing the pan connector. So I've just picked up a McAlpine flexible pan connector. We'll in theory take the old one off and replace it with a flexible one. Sounds a straightforward job, let's hope so.
Alright, fuck off.
I told you I'd get you on it.
Don't even start.
So on this job what we've got is, clients rung me up with a leak on the back of the soil pipe there. So every time they flush it, water just comes straight out. So what we're going to do is replace the connector on here with one of these. So replaced the pan connector with a McAlpine flexible one. So we'll give it a flush. All is good. Job done. So I've just bought back the toilet from that other job that I didn't use. So I've just brought it back to Plumbase, booked it in, Aidy's booked it in for me. That's the good thing with that. If I can take everything that I need, or I think I'm going to need, and if I don't use it, just bring it back. The lads here book it back in. Just makes life a lot easier.